lost. They can't stand me. I finesse. All them. I hit. Get a plan. Osco, that might whoa. No low. Got string on yo-yo. She post up a MCM and we like that JoJo. When we out and we see him, he always ask for photo. I say, Lord, be my savior when it come to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me and I won't save her. Say amen. That boys and they can't win. Check. Going up. We in it, we gonna. Going up. Till they like my persona. Going up.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers have every intention of walking out of today's game with win number 4 on the season. It's the Falcons going up against the Buccaneers.
All right, thank you, Larry. We are on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Try the end around. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Back deep for the Bucs, Deshaun Jackson. This is taken at the 15. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your teammate.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return will stop right around the 25.
But this is a defense that can confuse. Right to him.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Noah Spence in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting him.
And the pressure gets to him again. Robert Ayers in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And some room to roam now. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
And he lost the football, but it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Now Winston. And a catch right side by Evans. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on it and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are within a 2-point conversion of tying us up. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. Jameis to throw it. And he is not going to make it to the end zone. The defense stands tall, and they're going to hold on to their 8-6 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. Ooh, with a juke. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Quan Alexander in there to sack him for a loss of 6. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. They take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And tough starting field position here. Now the backup Savage. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through it.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Deion Jones able to run him down for a loss of a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Flushed out right. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. To throw is Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
From the gun, Winston. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. Looking deep for Julio. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bucs are going to take over first and 10 deep in their own territory. And to give this time to the tailback. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now they try the right side here. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Here's Brian Anger now, standing just outside his own goal line. Yards on the punt there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had to...
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Noah Spence in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Falcons on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. Touchdown, Falcons! Mohamed Sanu, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Off the play fake, Winston. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here's Winston. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking downfield for Jones. And this one is incomplete. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top, as we will toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now a handoff looking right. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. They'll try to throw now. Winston. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. 18 yards there and a first down. To throw, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Winston now. Airing this one, a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll be knocked down sideways. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let him outside where they can really shred your defense.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a...
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here's Jackson. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Second down, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Howard. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. On third down, that's Blair. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost Out of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going. It's Winston. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. They're going to look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. A gain of 39 that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now here's Bryant to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And now here's a carry heading left. They find some open field here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. His throw incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 3rd down, Winston. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Well, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking deep for Julio. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 60 yards.
Today's receivers in the NFL, they're the complete package nowadays. We know they can run, we know they can catch, but they have those big frames now. So oftentimes they just out-physical guys downfield and go up and catch the football. And we saw a big gain as a result on that play.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Back now in Tampa. And ready now for 2nd and 9.
Let's go now. Flip it.
Now Winston. Over the middle to Evans. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards through the air and a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And this is caught by Evans. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. And he'll bang that one through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, here's Justin Hardy. A little juke. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Green, 39. Leopard. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the... Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Chris Conte. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
On second down, Martin. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Nice job there defensively on third down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And it'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a third down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking down, and he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Back to throw here. Being chased out left. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll lead here to a third down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. He'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A big hit. Knocked down sideways, right near the 39. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. They'll look to throw. And the ball is knocked out. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Jameis to throw it. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. And he knocks it through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. Oh, what a move. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up a stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. They'll run here with Freeman. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
And the Bucs are on this one. And that should just about do it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Ready? Blue ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Bucs on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. Winston to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Fighting off the defender. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered cover. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Back to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
To not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more untimed attempt.
So it's all up to the other Matty Ice, Matt Bryant now. He missed his only attempt earlier. This time he's going for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Falcons are going to win the game. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles.
Both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs.